Hello, today I'm here to talk about sex education and the National Sexuality Education Standards. They provide that sex ed is clear, consistent, and straightforward, that it's age appropriate for students K through 12, that we assist schools in designing and delivering sex education that is planned, sequential, and comprehensive, that it's evidence-informed and theory-driven, and that it presents sexual development as a normal, natural, and healthy part of human development. So why do we need it? We want young people to grow up healthy and to be able to make informed decisions. The CDC says that 42.8% of high schools and 17.6% of middle schools in the US provide all 20 topics identified by the CDC as critical sex ed topics. Again, according to the CDC, half of the 26 million STIs each year occur among people ages 15 to 24, which is only a fourth of the sexually active population. The Trevor Project states that LGBTQ plus youth are 23% less likely to attempt suicide when schools include them in the curriculum. Right now, only 11 states do. A call to action says that even though that's the case, 85% of parents support it in high school sex education. Healthy relationships and consent need to be taught. A Harvard study shows that 87% of those ages 18 to 25 experience sexual violence. This demonstrates the urgent need to provide this curriculum in schools. Again, according to that same Harvard study, 76% of respondents never talked about how to not sexually harass people with a parent. Comprehensive sexuality education allows people of all ages to assert bodily autonomy and gain confidence about what is best for their mental and physical health. It addresses personal practices, skills, behaviors for healthy relationships, and curriculum about the following: family, peer, romantic, and abusive relationships, violence prevention. They talk about consent, recognizing signs of abuse within your own relationship and within a peer's relationship, refusal skills, acceptance of rejection, and forms of sexual violence and what that looks like. They also offer personal skills development on communication, negotiation, personal safety, and decision-making. It's evidence-based, medically accurate, and provides age and developmentally appropriate information, learning strategies, teaching methods, and materials by accounting for social pressures and external influences. It provides intersectional education through inclusion of LGBTQ plus youth, youth with disabilities, youth of color. It emphasizes the importance of maintaining your mental and emotional health. It's trauma-informed in order to avoid harming or re-traumatizing of students and educators. It provides basic functional knowledge about human development and anatomy, sexual behavior, whether that's abstinence or sexuality throughout life, reproductive health, treatment, and the spread of STIs, contraception, miscarriages, abortion, pregnancy. What research says about comprehensive sexuality education is that it improves academic success. It prevents sexual abuse, dating violence, and bullying. It helps young people develop healthy relationships, delays sexual initiation. It reduces unintended pregnancy, HIV, STIs. It reduces sexual health disparities among LGBTQ plus students, according to the Future of Sex Education. It promotes appreciation of sexual diversity. It prevents sexual abuse in children, and it also improves media literacy, according to a study done by Goldfarb and Lieberman. Federal funding, currently, there's none for comprehensive sexuality education. This is a huge problem. I'll tell you why. Currently, the programs that benefit young people that are offered through federal funding are Personal Responsibility Education Program, also known as PrEP, the CDC HIV School Health Program, and a program through the Office of Population Affairs, OPA's Teen Pregnancy Prevention Program, TPPP. They support implementation of comprehensive sexuality education components and prioritize prevention of unintended pregnancies, HIV, and STIs among young people. The Biden administration in fiscal year 2022, their budget includes $340 million for the Title X Family Planning Program, which was previously cut by the Trump administration. They also provide $101 million for Teen Pregnancy Prevention Program. And they include language in their legislation or efforts to remove the Hyde Amendment language, which previously restricts abortion access. Since 1981, the federal government has spent over $2 billion on ineffective and shaming abstinence only until marriage programs. In fiscal year 2018, the Title V Abstinence Education State Program was renamed the Title V Sexual Risk Avoidance Education Program. This program specifically prohibits teaching about condoms, contraception. It fails to address the needs of people who are sexually active, survivors of sexual abuse, and LGBTQ+ youth. The Biden administration requested $35 million in support of this program in 2021. The Hofer study in 2017 found that classrooms were shrouded in fear and shame due to this program, with students of color incorrectly being seen as more sexually active than their peers. It excluded LGBTQ+ youth and made them feel that they needed to hide their identities. Chin et al. Community Preventive Services Task Force has decades of research that proves that these programs are ineffective. So why are we still using them? Current legislation, the Real Education and Access for Healthy Youth Act, REA-HYA, introduced in the 117th Congress to provide comprehensive sexuality education, includes anti-discrimination policies, a 5-year competitive grant for sex ed teacher training and education for marginalized identities. It also aims to stop the spread of misinformation. What members of Congress can do to support adolescent health? Support increased funding for adolescent sexual health promotion programs in fiscal year 2022. Eliminate federal funding for abstinence only until marriage programs in fiscal year 2022, and co-sponsor the Real Education and Access for Healthy Youth Act, REA-HYA. On a micro level, we as social workers can have conversations with our peers, our family members, parents, and children that we work with about healthy relationships, about sex education, because clearly they're not having these conversations in school like we had thought. On a meso level, if you work in schools, advocate for comprehensive sexuality education to be implemented, even if there isn't funding. And on a macro level, with this new act being introduced, lobby to your legislators, make your voices heard that we want our children to be healthy, because our children are our future. Thank you.